Hey, welcome guys. Tony Porter, Universal Baseball Association YouTube channel. Hope everybody's doing well. It's a new project. It is 2007 Mets. Now, I don't exactly know how many games are going to play in this project. The Mets did have a collapse in September. I think they went 7-17 after being in front for by a bunch of games. So just getting a feel for the team. 2007 using Fall Classic Baseball. Let's take a look at where we're at here. We are in the top of the fourth. It's Reyes leading off. I believe he grounded out in his first at bat, or I can't remember what he did. Just made out. So here he is against Chris Carpenter. It's the only game he starts all season. He's got one game, one start, 6 innings, 3 strikeouts, 0-1. Gets the loss. Here's the pitch to Reyes, 21, and that's going to be bounced to short. And Eckstein at shortstop better hurry, and just in time to get Reyes, G6. Paul LaDuca batted .272, 18 doubles, 9 home runs in 2007. The pitch, a 24, 1-9 hit by pitch. That's a fly ball, center field. Edmonds backing up a few steps, and he's there. Jim Edmonds in center field for the St. Louis Cardinals. Taguchi in left, and Wilson in right. Around the infield from third to first, it's Roland, Eckstein, Kennedy, Pujols, and then behind the plate is Molina. Chris Carpenter on the mound. It's Carlos Beltran, 33 home runs, 112 RBIs, the pitch, and that is a 53. With a first one is a KD check, second one is going to be a base hit. It's going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfield and roll to the wall, digging for second and around second, and he puts on the brakes and stays at second base with a 2-out double for Carlos Beltran. It's a blast from the past. Carlos Delgado, a lefty hitter. He had 24 home runs, 87 RBIs, batted .260, looks like. Here's the pitch, and that is a 45, which will be a tapper right back to the pitcher for the third out. Over to first in time. All right, go to the bottom of the fourth. And it's Preston Wilson. Pitch. 51 with a 1 struck him out. So Tom Glavine on the mound for the Mets gets a curveball by Wilson, Preston Wilson. And next up is Albert Pujols, who batted .330 with 32 home runs. That's a 36, and that'll be a hard hit ball to right field. But right there is Sean Green, L9. For the putout. Next up is Scott Rowland, right-handed hitter, .266 with 8 home runs. Here's the pitch, and a 66. That's going to be down the line. Fair ball into the corner. Moises Alou plays the carom. Digging for second is Rowland. Here's the tag by Valentine, and he is safe. A 2-out double infield for the Mets from third base to first is right. Reyes, Valentine, and Delgado at first base. Then it's LaDuca behind the plate. From left field to right is Moises Alou, Beltran in center, and Sean Green in right. So it is Yadier Molina in the pitch at 15. And that's bounced to third. He'll look rolling back. Let me double check. And he does look rolling back here out of 15. Yes. Oh, with 2 outs. So he just throws the first, and that retires the side. So Glavine, 28, 32 for Chris Carpenter. In terms of batters faced, how many they can go. Here's David Wright, pitch. David Wright was a .325 hitter with 30 home runs, superstar status. And that's a bouncer down the line, rolling, up with it, fires the first in time, 1 down. No score. 2007. Not much pitching for the Mets in 2007. I was looking at that. 17. That's lifted to left. On the run is Taguchi, and he runs it down in the gap. I hung up there long enough for Taguchi to get to it. Misread it a little bit off the bat and hesitated, and all of a sudden turned on the jets and chased it down. Sean Green is up. And the pitch, it's a 46. That's ballpark with an 18. That's a drive. Base hit. Cut off by Edmonds. Trying for second is Green. Edmonds in center field with a 1-4. And he is out at second base trying to stretch it. So it's going to be single, runner on first, out at 2, I guess. I don't know. I did that wrong. I can't remember how to do it. I haven't played this in about a month. I was playing replay baseball. So let's see. Runner 0. Oh no, first single. No, first base. Runner 1 out. Trying one extra base. No, that's not it. All right, I'm going to put this on hold until I can figure out, if I can remember how to do this. Yeah, I figured it out. It didn't take very long. I had to put the outfielder. Green is trying for second. He is out. So it was Carpenter over to, it is Edmonds single. Okay, over to get it is Edmonds. So Edmonds throws him out. And that ends the inning. So Edmonds leads off now here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitch from Tommy Glavine, 35. And that's ground ball up the middle. That's through for base hit. So a single for Jim Edmonds. Next is Taguchi. He's a good hit and run guy. There goes runner. And that's a 6. That will be a ground ball to the pitcher. Runner will advance, G1. Adam Kennedy. Adam Kennedy was a 219 hitter in about half the season. Adam Kennedy bats left. Pitch from Glavine. That's a 44. That's going to be a ball 4. He walks. I don't know any of these players. All right, the pitcher's up. Oh, wait, he walks. So that's first and second with 1 out. And it's Chris Carpenter here in the 5th. Let him bat. He can actually... no, he can't hit. He's terrible. Let him bunt. Let's get him to bunt. He is a good bunter, and he bunts, and that's a good one, and that's picked up by the catcher over to first. SH2. So I'm remembering now how to input the data. So it's second and third with the leadoff batter, Eckstein. Tom Glavine pitches from the left side. He was 13-8 with a 1.4 whip. All the Mets pitchers had a terrible whip. So Eckstein now, hence their collapse in September of 2007. It was not pretty. I remember being at a pub in my local community in Queens and going every night to the pub for a couple of beers and watching the game on TV, and the place was packed. And man, the Mets were losing every single night, it seemed. All right, pitch, and it's a 54. So that's going to be a wild pitch in case there's a 4. Well, it is. No, it's not a wild pitch, but it could be. The catcher's Laduca. So let's see if he's got what kind of pass ball rating. No, so he blocks it. And here's the pitch again to Eckstein. Who's batting next? Because Eckstein's a 309 hitter. 219. Oh, okay, we're going to walk him. Intentional base on balls. We're going to walk Eckstein and pitch to Preston Wilson. It's too early to pinch hit. Here's the pitch, and that's the snake eyes, which will be a bouncer to second base. Valentine flips to Reyes, 4-6, and that retires the side. Good play by me. All right, he is who's up now? Jose Valentine, 241 hitter with 3 home runs, 150 games. That's season 36, and that's a ground ball left side, base hit. Got it through the infield for a single. Next is Glavine. He's going to bunt, squares, good bunt. Back to the pitcher. G1. And the go-ahead run, of course, it's a 0-0 tie. Go-ahead run in scoring position with Valentine. Here's Reyes, the pitch, and a 25, which will be a fly ball right field, shallow right. They will not advance on this. Paul LaDuca with 2 out and 1 on. Valentine, what kind of speed does Valentine have? He's a fast runner. All right, so it's Chris Carpenter facing LaDuca. LaDuca is a 270 hitter. Here's the pitch, and that is a 31 with a 19, and that's going to be a little bloop, and that's going to fall in there. Coming around to score on a bloop check swing is Valentine, and the Mets are taking a 1-0 lead. Yes, sirree. Paul LaDuca comes up big. A little flare to the right side. Falls in between Wilson, Kennedy, and Edmonds. And hustling around to score. He was going on contact with 2 outs. Here's Beltran. I play that 31 as a range play. I really enjoy doing it that way. I'm gonna be playing the long ball this week. I'm just gonna grab the cards. I don't care. Whatever players are on the teams are on the teams. I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. By the way, I didn't sleep at all last night. That was terrible. Carlos Beltran with 2 out. Carpenter's still in there. I'm going to push these pitchers 35. And that's going to be line base hit. And with a 12, see what happens here. I got my computer sitting on top of my charts. That's not good. 12 will be single with 12. 2 bases. Unless the runner is a slow runner, LaDuca. What is he going to be? He's slow. So he will advance 1 base only. All right. So Beltran with a single. Little infield single knocked down by the second baseman. Rolls slowly into the outfield. Edmonds picks it up and flips it underhand to Eckstein. All right, Carpenter with first and second and 2 outs against Carlos Delgado. Got some kind of power. And that is going to be a 21 strike 3 call. Then that ends the inning. BK for Chris Carpenter. All right, Albert Pujols leading off the Mets. 1-5-0 for the Mets, 0-3-0 for the home team St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the pitch, and that's a 54, and a 54 will be Wilder chart. Wilder chart takes me to Wilder's chart. Wilder's chart says a little pop-up collision, and it's caught by somebody. He holds on. The second baseman holds on to it, but with a 2, let's see, collision. No, the center field is hurt. Beltran is hurt, and we're going to replace Beltran. So it's a pop-up. Pop-up to the second baseman. And it looks like he cracks Beltran with his knee. And Beltran's going to get pulled from the game. So let's do that. And who are we going to grab to play center field? Probably Endy Chavez, I think, is on this team. Let's see what we got. Bench players. Endy Chavez can play center field, so we're going to call on him. He will bat third. Endy Chavez, center field. All right, yeah, Batman 2007 sure has a lot of cards per team. This is thick. Take a look at that. Plus all the guys that I already have on the table. That's just one team. All right, so Chavez is going to be in there. Beltran, we're going to push him to the side. And let's continue. Let's see where we're at here. So it's an injury to the center fielder, and he gets replaced. And it's Scott Rowland now. Scott Rowland against Tom Glavine the pitch. And that is a snake eyes, which is going to be a 1-6 walk. Otherwise, it's strike 3 called. And Rowland doesn't like it. Hopefully I sleep tonight. Molina. Yadier Molina. With a 32, and a 32 will be bounced to second base. Right there is Valentine. Sidearms at the first in time. All right, so we going to the top of the 7th inning. We had a good one going here. Chris Carpenter. Both starters are still in. Here's David Wright with a 32, and a 32 is going to be a drive in the gap. That's going to split the outfielders and roll to the wall. Standing at second base with nobody out is David Wright. We're going to intentionally walk Moises Alou. And we're going to get some action in the bullpen. Sean Green is up now. Sean Green does not bunt well. He's going to pitch to him 51. That's a possible error. And I don't think it's going to be an error. Not only is it going to be an error, it's going to be a 3-4-6 double play. Unless the first baseman, of course, Pujols. But no way Pujols is a 17 in error-wise. Even if he had, that's almost impossible for a first baseman. Yeah, he's a 6. So he's going to go to second for 1. Back to first. Double play. G3-6-3. Huge DP for the Cardinals. 2 outs now with the runner at third base, and it's Valentine. And we are going to walk Valentine and pitch to the pitcher. I doubt they're going to replace Glavine right now. I could replace Glavine. I actually have a pretty good bullpen. You know what? And we're going to do that. I'm going to replace Glavine. I'm going to call on a pinch hitter for Glavine. See who we have. Chris Carpenter is a righty, so we're going to call on a lefty. We have David Newhan. David Newhan. So let me track him. Good thing about this game, and if you're an app classic guy or a strat classic guy, you'll appreciate you get all the players. So you get even a guy like Carpenter who started just one game. And Newhan, here he is. Looks like Newman with the H. All right, so Newhan is going to pitch. He's going to pinch hit. He's good against righties, so we may look to bring in a lefty here. Let's see what we do. Let's go to the bullpen, see if we got a lefty. But then we're going to call and bring out a righty, but it may well be worth it. A lot of pitchers, man, in the bullpen. I got 3. I got Randy Flores, a lefty. So he'll be coming in the 9th spot. Pitchers were still batting back in 2007, which is a little bit of a drag. I don't mind in the 70s, in the National League, but all right. So it's going to be Newhan. We're going to call back Newhan, and we're going to pinch hit for him. Going to bring in a righty. Let's see. Not Damian Easley. How about Millage? Lastings Millage. Let's do that. So Lastings Millage is going to pinch hit. He's a righty. Batted 270 with 200 at bats. All right, here's the pitch from. I forgot to get the pitcher. Flores. And we still got a roll for. There he is, Randy Flores. Oh, that was easy. Let's roll to see his stuff. He's a lefty, so he'll have that advantage. He'll have his ace stuff. Here goes the pitch, and that is a 64, and a 64 will be a fly ball. Center field. Edmonds takes a step back under it, squeezes it for the out, and that retires the side. That was a lot of managing right there in a short period of time. All right, Jim Edmonds leads off here, the bottom of the 7th inning against a new pitcher for the Mets. Let's see who we're going to grab out of the bullpen. I don't know. I have to look. That's the good thing about Digital Diamond. It gives you lots of information. Middle setup is a guy named Ambiorix. That's Burgos. Ambiorix Burgos. So Ambiorix is his first name. We'll call him Ambi. Ambi Burgos. And we'll call on him. What do we got started? Oh, it's a lefty leading off. We got a lefty. Then we got what? Then we got a righty. Okay. We'll bring this guy in. Burgos. He will bat 9th. So Burgos. I printed these, I'd say 3 years ago. And I said to myself when I bought maybe even longer. I said to myself, I want to replay that month of September. This was the last year I lived away. I lived in New York, and that's going to be a B stuff. So you're going to have his B stuff. So I wanted to replay that. Could have stayed there in New York, but I decided to come to Texas. I wanted to get a new start, fresh start. Let's see. All right, so Burgos on the mound. Everybody's going to go 1 inning. These guys all go 1 inning, basically. All right, and he's going to face Johnny Edmonds. Here's a pitch, and that is a 4. Oh, I thought I was going to bring in a lefty. I thought Burgos was a lefty. Doesn't matter. All right, 46. Oh, that's going to be a deep drive off the ballpark card. And that ball is way back in right field in the seats. Home run for Edmonds. Jim Edmonds blasts one out of the park, and that ties the game up at 1 apiece. So first pitch by Burgos. And this game is tied. Taguchi. Here's the pitch by Burgos, a 65. -6. That's going to make the 13, 1-13 on the pitcher's home run card. It makes it a 7. And that's a 6. That's a deep drive down the line. If it's fair, it's gone. And that's a home run, 2-1. Holy smokes. Back-to-back jacks by Edmonds and Taguchi here in the bottom of the 7th inning off the reliever. Ambi Burgos. And next is Adam Kennedy. Pitch. And a 15 will be a tapper to the first baseman, Delgado. Steps on the bag. All right, we need a pinch hitter now because it is the pitcher spot. So let's do that. What just happened here? Why is Delgado over here? Delgado wasn't replaced. Huh. Do I have 2 Delgados? I may have 2 Delgado. Oh, no. Yeah, I think I do have to. I couldn't find Delgado last night. I had to print them out again. All right, so what do we got going here? We need a pinch hitter. And against Flores, we're going to call on a righty here. Bennett, Gary Bennett. Oh, I got to sleep better than last night. I stuffed my face for dinner. Had some chicken, some fried chicken, but you know, like Italian style, like really thin chicken, with some lots of broccoli. Who am I looking for? Oh, Bennett. But I'm looking in St. Oh, I see. Because Delgado was with he was lost in the St. Louis Cardinals. I could not find him yesterday. I looked. All right, let's find Bennett now. I also want to play 1996 Yankees and the 2012 Mets because of Dickey when he wins his Cy Young. That must have been a blast. I didn't start really watching the Mets like every night until about 14. Then I started watching them every night. I can't find Bennett. Am I looking for Bennett? Yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Julio Franco. What is he? 110 years, 48 years old. I remember him hitting a home run that season, saying, "Wow, that guy's old for a home run, man." That was fantastic. So we got to find Bennett. Excuse me for the delay, little delay game here. PitchCom is not working. Did they have PitchComs back in 2007? I don't think they did. Sandy Alomar, Maine. I have to put this on hold for a pinch hitter. That sucks. Why don't you just call him out? All right, I figured out what I was doing wrong. Burgos is a Mets pitcher. Since I don't know Burgos at all, I thought he was with the Cardinals. So that's what happens when I play. That's why I don't play a lot of like older seasons, like the 30s, 20s, and so on, because I never know who's who, and I always mix up. I don't never know who's batting and who's pitching. It's like I don't know the players, I don't recognize the names, and that's always a problem. Yeah, here it is. I think this is the guy I'm looking for. Bennett, Gary Bennett. All right, finally. Wow, it took me long enough. All right, a lot of the bottom of 7th. It's still a good game, 2-1. What are you doing over there? Oh, nope. Hold on a second. My dog's chewing on my cards and on my boards and stuff. All right, so the pinch hitter is going to be a lefty named Chris Duncan, who batted .260 and almost 400 at bats against Burgos. So let's do that. 1 out, and here's the pitch. That was a 13 on a 13, yes. 13 something, whatever it was. Okay, 56, and that'll be a strikeout. Fastball gets him. All right, so that's 2 away now, and it's David Eckstein. Burgos winds and deals. And 24, 1-18 hit by pitch, so he gets plunked, +8. So these guys are wild back in 2007. Eckstein is on at first. Next is Preston Wilson, who only had 64 at-bats in 25 games. Burgos with the pitch, and that's a 46 no ballpark home run, so 14 will be a pop-up. He's a righty on the right side, and that's the first baseman, Delgado, near the stands, and makes the catch. And that's an F03, and that retires the side. We go, but they picked up a couple home back-to-back jacks, and we're in the top of the 8th. It's going to be Jose Reyes leading off. We need a pitcher. Let's see who's a setup guy for the Cardinals. I don't really know 2007. I watched baseball in 2007, but I didn't know. All right, setup guy is Johnson, Tyler Johnson, a lefty. Who do we got after Reyes? A righty. Then we got another switch hitter, so none of that matters. So let's bring in Florida. No. Who are we bringing in? Johnson, right? Let's look for Johnson. Tyler Johnson. And we're going to roll for Tyler Johnson. He's got his A stuff. And there he is. Bring him in the 9th hole. All right, we're at the top of the 8th, 2007. This is totally uncharacteristic for me. I don't play 2007, 2000s very much. I'll play some later seasons like 22, 20 through 1, 19. I've played those, but never go into the 2000s, the millennial years. Reyes leads off against Tyler Johnson in the pitch, and that's a 13, which will be lined and caught by the first baseman Pujols. Ripped down the line off the bat of Reyes, scorched it, but right into the glove of Pujols. Paul LaDuca now steps in the box. He bats from the right side. LaDuca's a 270 hitter. What's he doing in this game? 1 for 3 in this game. I like that about this sim. It shows you what they're doing in the game. I like that a lot about this sim. So I'm really glad I picked it up. Digital Diamond Baseball it's called. It's a fantastic little game. And like I said, the nice thing is that there's got a lot of elements, right? You get 100 seasons. So what else do I got to tell you? Or you can pay, Stratomatic $30 per season and then have to buy the game every 2 years because now the older seasons don't fit with the newer game and so on and so forth. All right, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Nothing against Strat. I like Strat. I have a lot of Strat. That's a ground ball up the middle, and that's through into center field for a base hit. So LaDuca is on with a single. I like the pinch run for LaDuca. Let's see. I came out hitting the wrong thing. Let's see who it says pinch run for LaDuca. Castro. No, he's a catcher. Damon Easley. He plays every position. Did he have any stolen bases? I can't really see. All right. Damon Easley will pinch hit, and then Castro will come in. So Easley is running. Easley, I don't have any stats on him. Stolen bases 0-0. Okay, so he's not going to steal. But it is Carlos Beltran. Oh no, it's Andy Chavez because Beltran was. Remember he got injured? Beltran got injured. And it's going to be Andy Chavez. Here's the pitch. And it's a 62. No, fly ball, left field. On the run is Taguchi, and Taguchi runs it down in the gap for the second out. F7. And now we got to find Delgado. Delgado's up. He's towards the back here, I believe. Or in here. Carlos Delgado. There he is. I love to be able to print out guys. So if you lose somebody, misplace somebody, you don't have to lose sleep over it or stop the game. Just print out a new card. All right, Delgado. And pitch. And that's a 23. And a swing and a miss. Struck him out. All right. And it will be Andy Chavez. All right, so we need a new catcher. This game will not let you play until you replace the position player. So we're going to get a new catcher, and we're going to put him into the second spot, Ramos. All right, so he'll be in there, and he'll be the catcher. So we're ready. We are in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 Cardinals. Pujols leading off against. We gotta get another pitcher. That's how these seasons are played. Just the 1 inning pitchers, basically. So we are going to go to the bullpen. We're going to call on Hellman, Aaron Hellman. He'll bat ninth. Got to learn these Mets. So Aaron Hellman is a Met. There he is, Aaron Hellman. Let's roll to see what kind of stuff he has. He will have his B stuff. Aaron Hellman against Albert Pujols, righty on righty. And the pitch, and that's a 43, which will be a ground ball to the shortstop. Reyes fires the first in time. One down. Next up, Scott Rowland. Pitch from Hellman is a 62, and that'll be a swing and a miss. Curveball gets him way out in front. The Uncle Charlie. And that's two-way. And here's Yadier Molina. Pitch to Yadier, 33, and that's line. Base hit to left, played on a hop by Alou, gets it into Reyes. And around first goes Molina. He's on with a single. A knock for Molina. And here's Jimmy Edmonds, who hit a solo shot. And we're going to go to the bullpen. Yes, we are. We're going to go to the bullpen. We're going to call on a lefty to face Edmonds. If we have a lefty. I don't even know if we have a lefty. In the midst. Oh, yeah, we do. Feliciano. Pedro Feliciano. He will bat ninth. Lefty on lefty. There he is, Pedro Feliciano. Let's see if he's got his best stuff. Yes, he does. All right. Got his best stuff. He's going to face Jim Edmonds. Let's see if I can pinch hit for Edmonds, if there's anybody in there. I got a couple of them. Spezio, Gary. He's a catcher. Schumacher, he's a lefty. Aaron Miles. Got Scott Spezio. What does he look like? 270 average. Plate appearances, 270. What position does Edmonds play? Edmonds is my center fielder, I believe, right? Yeah, we're just going to let him bat. Here's the pitch from the lefty, 14, and that's a fly ball left field. Over is Alou. He's under it, squeezes it. And that's the third out. Last licks for the Mets. Going to go to the closer now for the Cardinals. St. Louis Cardinals are 3 outs away from victory here. Opening day, 2007. Where were you? Come on now. Who's their closer? Their closer is Isringhausen. Jason Isringhausen. He played with the Mets. Right? He played with the Mets. I remember him. But he was not that good anymore. I guess that's what happens, right? Jason Isringhausen. He had 32 saves one season in 2007. Holy smokes. I think it's 10 years later. He will have his C stuff, though, for this outing. And he will be facing Wright, Alou, and Green. Here's a pitch from Isringhausen, and that's a 51. Strike 3 called, and Wright thought it was low, and so did I. That's a K. 1 out. Here's Moises Alou. The pitch, and a 64 will be a tapper down the line. Rowland charges, bare hands, fires the first in time. What a play. Scott Rowland. Holy smokes. G5. And that's 2 away. We're down. The Mets down to the last out. And it's going to be Sean Green, the lefty. Sean Green with a 290 batting average, 10 home runs. The pitch. And a 24 will be a 1-7 hit by pitch. That's a -1 there. So that's going to be a tapper. Again, Rowland. He's in front of it. Throws the first in time. And that ends the ball game, my friends. Yes, sirree. Final score: St. Louis 2, Mets 1. That was some kind of game. That is some kind of game. It's a pretty good game for 2007. This is Tony Porter. Remember to like and subscribe and comment. Let me know how you're doing. Always looking out for you guys and making sure you're okay. And I will talk to you soon. Take care, friends. Bye now.